Okay, a response coming in now from the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Let's take a look at what he had to say. He said that the allegations regarding the Karnataka government's amendments to the Hindu Religious Institutions and Charitable Endowments Bill appears, according to him, to be misrepresented for political gain. He said there's always been a mandate to create a common pool since the enactment of the Act in 1997. Now, we're going to bring you different reporters to bring you more context on this entire story. Our colleague Ritu is with us right now. Ritu, tell our audiences, please, first, just before we go into the controversy, lay out for our audiences exactly what the amendments are in this act, how they differ from what was there previously. Then tell us what the BJP is taking issue to, please.
Well, you see, for us to primarily understand is what is there in the Amendment Act and what was there earlier, then one needs to try and understand that what is the present amendment that this government has tried to bring in. So basically what this government has done is that the temples which are going to exceed an gross income of 1 crore will have to contribute 10% of that net income is what the amendment, the provision in fact says in this particular act. And then second point over here for us to understand is that those temple who exceeds with the 10 lakh of gross income from the temples will have to contribute 5% of that amount, which is not going to be more than 1 crore. So between of that 10 to 1 crore, they will have to contribute 10 lakh to 1 crore, I mean, will have to contribute 5%. So that is the provision that this particular government has brought in right now. But what was there in the earlier is that what the government is saying is that in the 2003 is that this particular act had come into the force, which clearly states that as per that earlier 2001 act, it clearly states that those temples, those big temples whose gross income is 10 lakh and will have to contribute 10% of that 10 lakh net income, and with those temples which are going to be between 5 lakh but not exceed the 10 lakh will have to just contribute 5% of that amount. So this is the clear indication that we had seen in this the present provision and what the earlier act in fact states. Now what the BJP over here is alleging is that this particular the 10% of tax that this government is going to collect from the temple is going to be utilized for the other religious institutions. Other institutions is what is the main allegation being made by the BJP at this point in time, to which the Congress government has clearly gave a clarification saying that this amount, the amount that the government is going to actually create in the mandate of the common pool, which will be utilized for the endowment temples itself. So in this particular provision, the present act that this government has brought in that amendment basically, so this clearly states that the amount is going to be used, one, for the development of the category C Hindu temples. Secondly, the amount will also be used for the welfare schemes for the priests and their families, because there was a long-standing demand from the family members of the priests that the income is very low and they are not able to meet their daily needs. In that way, Ritu, they don't have a better
just
health
explain
scheme
to our
as
audiences
well.
though.
So that was the long-pending demand.
Ritu, after this clarification has come forward from the Congress that the money from more affluent temples is just going to be given to lesser affluent temples, it will be used, for example, to pay priests and priests' families. How has the BJP then responded to that?
Well, you see, the BJP still is arguing that this government has always been an anti-government, and through this amendment as well, it is yet another time for people to understand that this government is an anti-government, because it is going to use this 10% of the amount to the for the other purpose, wherein you see the government is clearly arguing, saying that it is on the paper, it is not vocally been said by the
Ritu,
government.
Is the BJP saying that they have reason to believe that it will not be used for the purpose they're saying it will? Is there more of a story there? Why are they making this claim?
You see, what the BJP is also arguing often is by stating that 2001 of that act, which also says that the amount that the government is going to collect from the 10% of that 10 lakh will actually be used. This is as per 2001. Let me tell you this clearly, that 10% will be used for the other religious institutions purpose as well. So now what the BJP is arguing is that why is not that the government has made an amendment to that particular provision as well. They could have clearly stated that this is going to be used for the Hindu religious institutions itself. So yes, we will have to see, because one, the government is already, now we did see how that the minister himself, Ramlinga Reddy, openly calling the BJP leaders for an open debate as well, saying that to come